Hey, you will never guess what I just heard. I heard that Chuck Norris could rip a page out of Facebook. Today we're going to be taking a look at Beard Mana, do a little review of a couple of their products. But before I do that, I want to make an announcement. I figure everybody's figured this out by now, but I think what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start putting out beard content on my Wednesday drop, and I'm going to save all of my shaving content for Sunday. I know whenever I was actually a shaver, when I shaved my face, I would shave every Sunday. So it just kind of feels right. So just a little quick channel update for you. Now let's talk about Beard Mana. Okay, so Beard Mana. Owned by Scott and Chad. They made their first online sale in June of 2020. But let's back up a second and kind of figure out where these guys started, in the beard world, in the beard community. So, a couple of years ago, Scott, Bearded Zebra, Chad, MakeBeard, they were just simply supporters. They watched other people's channel. They bought other people's products, which they probably still do to this day, but they were buying all their products. They weren't making anything. They were just hanging out in the community, chilling with people in live streams. Same thing a lot of us do. And then they popped up and created a live stream. And they even become ambassadors for different companies. And Scott had a collab come out. I'm not sure about Chad. Chad might have had a collab as well. I really don't have that information right now, but I know Scott had a collab with Whiskey and Hardtack. And then all of a sudden the live stream kind of goes away for a little bit, and I really don't know. I don't know anything at the time. And then again, all of a sudden, June of 2020, Beard Mana pops up, and it's like really off the wall theme. I didn't really get it at first. I looked at it and I was like, what in the world? It's not that I disliked it. I didn't understand it. But now that I have kind of come to know these guys, and we've actually become pretty good friends, it makes perfect sense. So Scott and Chad, they're both gamers, so they wanted to tie that into the theme of their company. And I think they did a 100% perfect job with that. Let's talk about that a little bit. So Scott and Chad, they play games, Magic the Gathering, Diablo, games like that. They kind of all, they're similar in the theme of the game. They're similar in the style of gameplay. And like I said, these guys are really passionate about this. They game on what I would consider a professional level. It's probably not to them, but to me that's a professional level for sure. And like I said, they wanted to tie that in with the theme of their company, so they come up with Beard Mana, right? So mana has kind of a double meaning as it pertains to this company. So first, you got the food source of the heavens, the biblical meaning of mana. You hear it mentioned in the Bible multiple times. So food, nourishment, kind of starting to see a theme here. Food for the beard food, beard nourishment, that type of thing. But also, if you're a gamer, what mana is going to kind of mean to you, it's going to kind of mean a life source also, but like when you pick up some mana, you restore your magic points, i.e. you restore your life, you restore your health. So you take Beard Mana, so you restore the health of your beard, you moisturize your skin, it's a kind of a rejuvenation type thing. So with that being said, I think that's a perfect theme. These guys have got they've got something going here with the theme. I'll show you the labels real quick just so you can kind of get an idea of the theme. So you got kind of not a generic looking label, but that looks kind of gamey to me. It looks like something you would see on a game. It's got a potion bottle on it, and as a matter of fact, they actually call their beard oil a beard potion. Again, they're tying everything in here. In my experience, any company I've ever seen that ties their theme in with every single product or service that they offer, you know, they seem like they usually do pretty well by doing that, as long as they offer a good quality product, you know. So I think these guys are doing right by sticking with the theme that, you know, that they truly believe in, all the way down to the labels. You know, even the kind of the color of the bottles. It's that blue, that frosted blue type of look. Really, really super cool. So let's get into the ingredients that Beard Mana offers. So the ingredients for the oil are going to be apricot kernel, sweet almond, jojoba, castor, hemp seed, and moringa. So some of you might have noticed I have been taking like one of the carrier oils. Usually it's the most potent one, and I've been talking just a little bit about that. You know, not trying to waste anybody's time. You know, maybe 30 seconds to a minute. You know, just some facts about one specific carrier oil. You know, and then one day maybe I've covered all the most commonly used ones. You know, if I was to keep doing this. So, apricot kernel. It's high in omega-3, 6, and 9. As well as vitamin A and vitamin E, and it works as like a really good moisturizer, wrinkle repair. You know, it helps to repair blemishes. It does kind of mimic our body's own sebum oil. There are other carriers out there that more closely resemble our own sebum, but apricot kernel it's a very good oil. I have always really liked that oil, so you know, and that's the first ingredient, so that's what's most potent in the bottle. So right there, you can say that's a plus. You know, it's a plus. It kind of goes to show you, you know, that maybe these guys are putting out good quality. We'll find that out in a second. So let's move on to the butter ingredients. Now your butter ingredients are going to be really super simple. Mango, cocoa, and shea. That is absolutely it. There is no oil in their butter. Now, with that being said, this is a very thick butter. We'll get into that a little later. But mango, cocoa, and shea. I think these guys believe a butter should be butter. I've had butters before that were probably 70% oil and maybe 30% butter, and maybe even lower. And it just kind of felt like I was putting oil on again, you know, so almost redundant to even have something like that. So maybe these guys are onto something with that. Alright, so consistency and feel. Start out with the consistency of the oil. I'll just go ahead and tell you, it is what I call a medium. It's not so thin that you wouldn't want to wear it in the wintertime. But it's also not so thick that, you know, it gums the beard up. You know, it doesn't really go in heavy. As far as the feel, I'm going to go ahead and give that 2 thumbs up for sure. This is, like I said, it's a medium to medium light. So, you know, when I put this in, for me, that's what helps my beard style really well, is a medium to a medium light. And I prefer the medium light. That's just kind of what I've always gravitated towards. But the feel and beard is really, really excellent. You know, good skin quality, good skin care quality. You know, it softens the beard and works to, you know, really, like I said, really moisturize and penetrate down into the skin. I haven't noticed any wrinkle repair, but then again, I'm not looking for it, so. We'll move on to the butter. Now, this is a unique butter, to say the very least. So I'll just dig a little bit out here. It's thick, guys. I mean, it's thick. But what's kind of strange about this, what's almost confusing about this, is how easy it breaks down. So get that to focus there. Put a bunch of butter on there. And it's gone. Obviously it's on my hands, but you know, like I said, for being nothing but butter in there, it breaks right down, and it's actually really cold in my house right now. It's probably 55 in here, so that should kind of tell you something. It's nothing but butters in there. It melts right down. My guess would be these guys are using a pretty high quality set of butters in this formulation. Now the feel, so again, like I said, this is a very thick butter, no oils in it. It is really easy to overuse this. What I put on my hand, what you just seen on my hand there, I could have probably turned that into 3 uses for the butter. But now the feel it's just fine. I'm going to go ahead and give that a couple of thumbs up too. Now, the butter does have a little bit of grit to it. So, you know, if that's something that bothers you, you know, maybe reach out to them, see if they have that fixed, or reach out to me. I can show you how to fix it, or I can tell you how to fix it. I could even demonstrate it. You know, I've fixed a bunch of butters strictly for the science of it. It doesn't necessarily bother me, but I just wanted to see, hey, I wonder if what they say is true. You know, if you can really fix these. So I go in there and tested it myself, and it worked. But as far as the feel, it does its job, you know, as long as you don't overuse it, because I'm telling you, it's easy to overuse it. A 2 ounce of this butter should last you for a pretty good while, even if you have a big old honking beard. So just you know, if you ever pick up any of their butter, which I hope you do, just use caution. You know, start out small. You can always add more. It's kind of hard to take it out without getting in the shower. So again, 2 thumbs up for the Feeling Beard with the butter. Alright, now let's get into the scent. So I have a whole bunch of different scents on the shelf, but we're not gonna do all of them today, just for time's sake on the video. What we are gonna talk about today is their newest release, which is gonna be Lucky Panda, and an older release, which is going to be Sweet Shop. We'll start off with Sweet Shop and we'll end with Lucky Panda. So Sweet Shop is going to be, it's a barber shop, but it is a incredibly unique take. So you got cotton candy, bubble gum, and a talky barber shop. And when I say talky, most of you know what I'm talking about. But again, if you're new here, the talc is the talc powder that they sprinkle on the back of the neck and maybe the cheek line, you know. If you was to go to the barber and get a shave or get a haircut, you know, they kind of dust you with talcum powder to kind of help dry out the skin, you know, dry out some of the moisture that they've had, you know, on you. You know, they spray water on you. They put different softeners and hot towel and this and that, and then they finish it off with the talc powder. And that's one of the prominent notes in this scent. But right out of the bottle, you know, you get bubble gum. Like I get nothing but bubble gum. So when I first smelled that, it kind of scared me a little bit. The very second I put it in, man, you get the barbershop. Like that barbershop just burst out of there. I get a sandalwood, like a you know, sandalwood can actually be kind of powdery too. So it's only natural to kind of find sandalwood in a lot of your barbershops. You know, there might even be some bay rum or bay leaf in there, something like that. I do get a little hint of earth, but mainly what I'm getting is that talky, you know, almost woody type note to it, along with the cotton candy and bubble gum that makes it really sweet. You know, it's like a sweet barbershop. It's really good. You know, don't take that the wrong way. It's a killer barbershop. As far as talc-based barbershops go, that's probably my number one. And I've got some really good ones on the shelf, but I think that one right there is going to edge the rest of them out. You know, for that you'll kind of have to wait and see, you know, maybe some of my top videos towards the end of the year. But I definitely recommend Sweet Shop, you know, as one of your primary barbershops. Like I said, I definitely got to pick that one up. So our next one is going to be Lucky Panda. Now, this one is a blend of teakwood, bamboo, sweet leather, patchouli, and glacial wild berries. Off the wall, right? Like sweet leather, berries, patchouli. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything in it, really. So straight out of bottle. First thing you get is teakwood and probably a slight hint of bamboo. Maybe even some of the wild berries, but once you put this thing in, the bamboo really comes out. Bamboo has kind of a floral tinge to it, but not in a bad way. Not in a girly way, I guess you could say. You know, it doesn't smell like a perfume. Bamboo is almost like a spicy floral. You know, it's got a little bit of bite to it. So don't let the word floral scare you from the scent, because this is a beautiful scent. The glacial wild berries has nothing to do with like peppermint or ice. You know, the glacial part, I'm really not even sure. You know, that's just what that fragrance, I guess, happened to be called. So they threw that in the title. But I don't get anything glacial. I don't get anything aquatic, you know, frozen. When I think glacial, I think freeze, I think peppermint, I think spearmint, you know, something like that. I don't get that. But I do get the berries. So, you know, I get berries, I get bamboo. I even get a slight hint of that sweet leather. And really, I'm going to imagine that sweet leather is in there just to kind of help tie everything in. You know, teakwood can be really cologne-y. And this scent is not. This is not a cologne by any means. This is just a really nice, complex scent. It's got your slight bit of floral, slight bit of leather, you know, which is kind of an earthy, almost a spicy type scent. It's good and sweet. It's got the berries, so it's, you know, it kind of tingles the nose, or tickles the nose, I guess you could say. It is an all-around good scent. Alright, real quickly we'll go over the cost. Pretty simple here. A 1 ounce beard oil is going to run you 15 bucks, which I think is, in my opinion, nowadays, that is $2 below what I think the market average is. I think the market has shifted, and I think $17.50 is what I consider market average. Now your butter is going to be a 2 ounce, and it's going to run you $20 an ounce. So, you know, you got beard oil, $15 an ounce. Butter, $10 an ounce. 2 ounce butter for 20 bucks. Again, I think that is market average for your 2 ounce butters nowadays. Used to, you could pick them up for 15 to 17, but again, I think that market has shifted. People have really stepped their game up making butters over the last year and a half, 2 years. I mean, it is, you know, it's light years ahead of where it was when I first started collecting products and buying beard products. It's leaps and bounds ahead of. Alright guys, so the conclusion is, I mean, it's a good one. You know, you got the theme. Everything in the theme ties in, you know, even down to their scents. You know, they have a couple other scents. They have basically like an elder dragon line. We'll talk about that in another video, but so the theme ties in, their scents are on point. Feel and Beard is great. Just all around great Feel and Beard. The value's there. You know, you definitely get your money's worth. You know, sometimes you hear you get what you pay for. Well, you know what? You definitely get what you pay for here and then some. So, like I said, this is an excellent value. So, you know, kind of everything I look at has kind of all come together, and you know, it's thumbs up across the board. They've even stepped their label game up. Let's take one more look at that, and we will end the video. So, right when they first started their labels, they were kind of cheap looking. I will say that. It looked like what it was. It was printed on, you know, cheap paper, probably from a cheap printer. And they have stepped that up now. It is a gamey look, you know, so some people could take that and translate that, oh, that looks cheap. No, that's what they were going for. And on that note, guys, we will go ahead and kill the video. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. If you're new here and you want to support the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and remember to follow me across all social medias.